So, JuJu Watkins has broke the biggest record in the history of women's college basketball. According to Twitter, it seems. Over 2 years, JuJu Watkins has scored more points than Caitlin Clark. And why did I say that sarcastically? Because it's not even the record. It's not even the record. Kelsey Mitchell has them both by like 100. I'm not joking. Like, JuJu's got to make the Final Four. Like, if JuJu averages 20 points per game the rest of the year and they win the damn championship, she's still not overtaking Kelsey Mitchell. And by the way, Kelsey Mitchell is like, how many? She's hundreds of points behind Caitlin Clark overall. But yeah, I thought this was just a funny one. But we do have to discuss this. We have to discuss it all. We have to discuss JuJu's likelihood of taking the record from Caitlin Clark. And we have to also talk about, like, what do I think is going to happen, like the how big this record is, because obviously there are people that are talking about it like it's nothing, and that's not true. Nor does this mean JuJu Watkins is on track to breaking the NCAA scoring record, because she's not. She's just straight up not on track. And you want to know the reason why? Points per game. Caitlin Clark is ahead of JuJu Watkins. Caitlin's averaging more points per game through the first 2 years. Caitlin is doing it. Caitlin's taken, like, if I'm not mistaken, JuJu's played 4 more games to this point, but I also I'm not going to make the games argument, because if you make the games argument, then Pistol Pete Maravich, who only played 3 years, then Caitlin didn't. If you're going to say she didn't technically break the record because she played more games, then Caitlin technically didn't break the record either. But we got to talk about the fact she's doing it on much worse shooting percentages. She's taking way more shots than Caitlin took. I'm sorry, like, you won't hear Cheryl Swoop saying JuJu's taking 30 to 40 shots a game, but JuJu's shooting the ball more than Caitlin Clark ever did. And also, you're acting like there's not going to be a bunch of 5-stars coming into USC. USC are going to get a whole bunch of 5-stars over the next couple of years. The ball is not going to be in JuJu's hands more. It's just not. She had a down year scoring this year. And we can be honest here. JuJu has to average 30 a game, make the next 3 Big Ten tournament finals, and make the next 3 NCAA finals. She had like 6 30-point games this year. She averaged like 24 a game this year. She's down on her average. She had a 20-point game. Like, again, JuJu Watkins, if I'm not mistaken, the last time she shot over 50% in a game was in January. I'm not 100% sure, but I think the last time JuJu Watkins shot over 50% in a single game was January. So, look, it's just not gonna happen. Like, look, USC are not winning anything this year. We can be honest here. They're winning nothing. They're absolutely winning nothing. Like, it is, you go out and do whatever the hell you want. JuJu's got to have a superhuman game. And if JuJu doesn't have a superhuman game, Kiki Iriafen has got to have a superhuman game. And if both of them are even average for themselves, so like if JuJu has a 25-point a game on 22 shots, and then Kiki Iriafen goes and struggles like she has because she's a mid-range shooter, which is the least efficient thing in basketball. Being a mid-range shooter with no ability to stretch the 3 is dumb. And then, like, when it comes to JuJu, if we all know in everything, as games get more important, like we saw it today, the refs swallowed their whistle. JuJu goes 8 for 29 from the field. The refs swallowed their whistle. And that's the problem, is that the further she goes along in the NCAA tournament, the more the refs are going to swallow their whistle. The more the game plans are going to be, more important the game plans are towards her. So I can see a couple of bad games here. She's not going to touch Caitlin Clark's record. It's just not happening. And my favorite part about all this is seeing all these posts about this. The great trendy hoop stars hasn't shut up about it. In one of JuJu Watkins' worst games of the season, I don't care how many points she scored. She had the worst half she's ever played in NCAA. Until the last minute of the game, she was 1 of 11 in the second half. She had the worst half she's ever played. Maybe the second worst half. The first half against Michigan was pretty bad too. But going on about it like she had broke some record, Kelsey Mitchell holds the record. Like, genuinely, Kelsey Mitchell holds that record. So when she breaks Kelsey Mitchell's record, she's in elite company. And that's the thing with JuJu Watkins. Like, she's going to end up in elite company. Like, JuJu Watkins is literally going to go down as one of the best college players ever. And I stand by that. Like, I don't know if USC are going to win, because it's obviously very different, because by the time she leaves, USC is going to be almost like a South Carolina or a UConn, where the top recruits are all going there. And that's a lot because of her. Like, that might be her legacy. If she ends up playing with a bunch of 5 stars and wins, that might be her legacy. But she's not breaking the scoring record. Like, people do not understand. This is a record that literally lasted 50 years. 50 years. And people are like, oh, because Caitlin Clark's down years. Caitlin Clark didn't have any bad years, but her down years, like, she wasn't top. Like, Caitlin Clark was never top after 2 years. And everyone talking about JuJu Watkins, like, no, like, go. If she beats Kelsey Mitchell's record, and if she ends up in that Kelsey Mitchell, Kelsey Plum category, that's unbelievable. That is absolutely unbelievable. Like, especially with her defense. But I think the focus shouldn't be going for that record. The focus should be shooting 50% from the field just once. Just once. Just once. It's efficiency. She's an extremely inefficient offensive player. Like, that is where the problem is. JuJu Watkins, her defense is spectacular. She's a good rebounder. She's got good size. She can score in different... I don't even know if she's a... You could argue that on off days, she's a no-way scorer. And that's the problem, is that she kind of goes downhill when she's struggling, she'll go 1-on-5. And at least with Caitlin, there was that ability to play make. Whereas JuJu's got none of it. Like, I think JuJu Watkins the sky's the damn limit for JuJu Watkins. Like, we can be honest here. Sky is the limit. But, like, everybody hyping up this when she hasn't even beat Kelsey Mitchell yet. Okay, she is leading Caitlin Clark through 2 years, when Caitlin Clark has had the best freaking 2-year stretch of any college player ever in her last 2 years. Like, I think anyone even making the GOAT debate over and like saying, oh, she didn't win a title, like, the best 2-year spell in college basketball were Caitlin Clark's last 2 years, because she put up numbers better than even the likes of Elena Deladon did on lower, weaker colleges, and got her college to the championship game twice when they had no right to be there without her. Like, absolutely no right to be there without her. And had Lauren Betts just transferred to Iowa instead of UCLA, we're probably looking at Caitlin Clark as a one-time NCAA champion. But then these people that hated Caitlin Clark would say she needed Lauren Betts to do it. You just know how they would move the goalpost. But yeah, that's the video. And again, look, hard luck to JuJu Watkins today. Like, I don't, like, it's the most I've ever heard of congratulations for going to from third to second on a list. Like, honestly, maybe the only other time when when LeBron went from fourth to third, overtaking Kobe, but that was Kobe Bryant. I'm sorry, Caitlin Clark is not Kobe Bryant, but not yet anyway. But yeah, it's a funny one, and also the hypocrisy from the other side, from the Caitlin, like, crazy fans, and I mean crazy sometimes in a good way, sometimes in a bad way, of saying that it doesn't count because she played more games. Caitlin Clark literally only holds the WNBA assist record because she played more games. She literally only holds the rookie point record because she played more games. Like, she still needs to average an entire more assist per game to get the assist per game record. And no, whatever about the more games, the wobble being like 10 games. Courtney Vandersloot, they're like, oh, she averaged 9.95 assists per game. It was over 10 games. That doesn't count. She literally has a record for assists per game because they played 10 games in that season. I'm sorry. You can get a 10-game spell of Caitlin Clark where she averaged like 12 assists a game. Like, no, we're not doing that. The 9.2 record is the real one from Vandersloot, which Caitlin's coming and she'll get that one. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. And as always, thank you guys for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe.